Short of workshop storage like I always am, try steel drawers in your next custom storage build. I always have a number of projects going on at any point in time. They're quite different, ranging from electronics to things like this dividing head restoration and CNC conversion, to this milling spindle restoration, and obviously the odd 3D printing prototype. For small items and electronics, I use these plastic storage units like most, and then quite a lot of wooden shelving wherever I can find wall space. I also find that to use the space under desks, I need to make custom units, often on casters. This also allows me to make them to accept specific machines. After trying many different designs and materials, my favorite has to be sheet steel drawers. They're inexpensive to make, take up very little space, and they're actually quite easy to the touch. We do a very simple design in Fusion to get the flat pattern. And now let's get started. We start by measuring out the flat pattern on the steel sheet. You could overinvest in precision here, but I find tolerances of about 1 millimeter or 2 are fine. This is 0.5 millimeter galvanized sheet steel, which is relatively inexpensive and available at most hardware stores. We mark out the fold-over flaps that will secure the front to the side. I use a pneumatic shears to cut the flaps, but a hand shears would work just fine. I do the folding on a bench-mounted brake that I made years ago. There are some really great designs for much better and more accurate brakes out there on YouTube by other makers, but that's for a future project. Ideally the flaps should be bent at a different location inside of the fold, but this will work for what we're trying to do. As we fold up the front and the back, we tuck in the flaps. Now we line up and clamp for drilling, checking that they're in roughly square. I use a sheet metal drill which self-centers and avoids the need for center punching. I use 3.2 millimeter or 1/8 inch pop rivets. This pneumatic riveter from AliExpress is going to be one of my all-time favorite tools. I try to get a slow-mo shot of the riveting, but it's too fast for my camera. I use standard 45mm ball bearing runners. I start by marking out the rough location of the holes and then mark out the center line using a square. Then I overlay the runner and mark the holes on the center line. be sure not to drill your finger. Then we simply pop rivet the runner onto the side of the door. The runner clicks in and then needs a bit of a push to go all the way. And there we have it. The next step is obviously to fit some fronts and some handles, but you get the basic idea. Thanks for watching.